Hold on 1 second. Okay. How's it going, everyone? Sorry about the light flickering in my room. I have to get a light bulb changed. So, how is everyone doing? So, as you may know, my curtains are falling. So, I don't know what to do with myself. So, and I'm worried it might fall onto the table where my gaming systems all on. So, okay. So, everyone, it's June 7th, 2023, and yeah, sorry, I just have a little hair up my nose. So, how is everyone doing out there? Hope everyone is staying safe out there because right now, the air quality right now is at its worst. So, yeah, sorry, I just had a little itchy nose. So, because picking my nose is just too childish. So, okay, how is everyone doing? I'm doing okay. It's just the air quality. I just let everyone know that the air quality as of right now is dangerously high. It's at its worst right now. It's because of the wildfires over in Canada, and that's why we have not been seeing all the blue skies lately because of the smoke causing the haze in because of the wildfires over in Canada. So, okay, so how is everyone doing out there? We're all in this together, just like we were all in this during COVID. So, and sorry about the light flickering. I just have to get a light bulb change in the and also, I want to be able to get a game shelf one day. So, I think my friend Chris is going to build a new gaming shelf right there. So, and I want to give a shout out to him whenever possible. To Brink Jones, which is my friend Chris from Vernon, New Jersey. So, shout out to Chris, and hopefully he'll come over and build the game shelf for me one day. So, give a shout out. I'm gonna give a shout out to him. So, and also, yeah, right now the Yankees game against the Chicago White Sox has been postponed until tomorrow, and as of right now, they're going to play a doubleheader, but we don't know about that. We don't know about the doubleheader that's going to happen. So, tomorrow because the day after tomorrow they're going to be facing their rival, the Boston Red Sox at Yankee Stadium. They're going to start the rival game against the Red Sox. So, despite Aaron Judge being on the injured list, and I think it might be for a long time because I think he's on a injured list until, I think I saw it online that he's going to be on the injured list until August. So, hell, I don't know about that because we want the Yankees to win the World Series for the first time since 2009. But I don't know how well they're going to be doing without Aaron Judge. So, we hope for the best. So, and the light keeps flickering in my room. And as you may know, it looks really hazy out there because, yeah, it looks so hazy out there. So, and I saw a lot of gray skies just missing the blue skies, and tomorrow we were supposed to see the live action remake of The Little Mermaid in theaters. We're going to go to the AMC theater in Rockaway, right where the mall is, and we're going to do that tomorrow, and I have money to do so. Oh, and by the way, I'm almost at 100 subscribers, so whatever you do, keep subscribing, and because I want to get to that 1K goal. So keep it up, everyone. We love you. Best wishes. And stay strong out there, whatever you do. Please stay strong because we're all in this together. Just like with COVID, we were all in this together. So we're going to make the best of it, despite the fact that it's a tough time right now. Well, even though it's not as bad as COVID, so because COVID was a deadly virus, killed so many people, killed over 1 million in the U.S. and millions worldwide. So it was a deadly virus to begin with. So because we're all in this together, we're strong, we are resilient, and we are going to get through this together. Because, we want to get back to our normal routines. We want to celebrate the start of summer. But right now, it's been sidetracked because of the haze out there. You could look out the window and even though I have curtains up, but I got to get them fixed soon. So we got to get them fixed, maybe. Okay, so, and it fell, so worried that would do something to my game system, so. But we're okay. We're still in a good place because we are strong and resilient. And we're going to get through this just like we got through COVID, even though Biden declared it and put an end to the emergency back in May. So it's tough. Because even though tomorrow me and my housemates at my group home are going to go see The Little Mermaid over in AMC Theaters in Rockaway, right by Rockaway Mall. Yeah, we're going to go see the live action remake of The Little Mermaid. Because The Little Mermaid's one of my favorite Disney films, and that movie came out the year I was born in, which is 1989, the same year the Tim Burton Batman movie premiered, the same year the 1989 Batman movie was, same year that the Tim Burton Batman movie came out, and also the same year George H.W. Bush was inaugurated as president. And it's also the same year the Sega Genesis and Game Boy both came out. The Simpsons premiered, and it's still an ongoing series, even though it has gone downhill for the most part. The Simpsons, 1989 was also the year The Simpsons premiered. And let's see, what else happened in 89? Other than me being born, the Tim Burton Batman movie came out, Simpsons premiered, the Sega Genesis and Game Boy came out. Yeah, there's not much to... I forget. So, tomorrow we're going to go see the live-action remake of The Little Mermaid. The remake of the 1989 Disney film. 1989 was also the year I was born in. The same year the Tim Burton Batman movie came out. The Simpsons premiered its ongoing series. And that's why it never will stop. And that's why they don't stop it. And also the Sega Genesis and Game Boy came out. Oh, and I think it's also the same year Family Matters premiered. Speaking of Family Matters, did you all know that the guy who played Steve Urkel, Jaleel White, also did the voice of Sonic in the Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon back in the 90s? Did you all know that? That Jaleel White, Steve Urkel himself, also did the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog, the voice of Sonic in the Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon back in the 90s. Kind of cool, isn't it? So, yeah, it's kind of cool to see Steve Urkel play Sonic, the fastest hedgehog alive who can kick Mario's ass at any time. Okay, but like I said, back to that. So, it's hazy right now, so, yeah, it's a weird day. It's like an episode of The Twilight Zone. So, yeah, it's almost like an episode of The Twilight Zone. Because with the Yankees game being postponed till tomorrow, even though they play tomorrow have a doubleheader against the Chicago White Sox, even though they're trying to get over their 3-2 loss last night against Chicago at Yankee Stadium, just building up their momentum as they get ready to face the Red Sox at Yankee Stadium in a 3-game series starting on Friday. So let's go. And they're trying to, despite Aaron Judge being on the IL, they want to be able to get over, redeem themselves after their 3-2 loss last night against the White Sox, building momentum for Fridays, for the start of for Friday's game, which is the start of the 3-game series against the Red Sox. So, yeah, it's tough, but guess what? We're all in this together. And sorry, especially that I'm on the road to finding a job, a girlfriend, my own apartment one day in Vernon, New Jersey, just like when my parents did when they first got married. So it's a tough position to be in, especially. I'm sorry, I got to get my light changed. So, and whatever you do, to all those who are at high risk, who are have underlying, who are 65 and older, or also have underlying health conditions, please stay indoors because it's dangerous. And right now, New York City has the worst level of the hazard. I mean, it's at the hazardous level, the hazardous level at the air quality alert right now. And that's the reason why they had to postpone the New York Yankees baseball game against the Chicago White Sox. So, and they're trying to redeem themselves after their 3-2 loss, after last night's 3-2 loss against Chicago, trying to build their momentum against the Boston Red Sox, starting on Friday in a 3-game series against Boston. So, it's a tough position to be in because it's hazy. There's a lot of smoke in Canada. We miss all the blue skies out there. So, it's tough, but we all want this to end. Just like with COVID. Just like with COVID and everything. We wanted COVID, back in 2020, we wanted COVID to end so we can go back to our normal activity without masks or social distancing. So, and guess what? We had to wait until, I think, 2021, but then we had to go back to wearing masks when we had the Delta variant in 2021. We had to go back to mask wearing in 2021 because of when we had the Delta variant and later the Omicron variant. So, and the Delta variant was more contagious and more deadly as the original variant of COVID-19 was. So it was tough. So many people were stuck inside for 2 years. And me being a young man with autism, because I like to be out and about with my friends, especially all those in Vernon, New Jersey, the home of Mountain Creek, it's tough. But we got through those 2 years of COVID. And then my mom passed away just 2 years after getting through COVID. So, and just 4 years after losing my father from cancer. So, yeah, my mom had a heart attack last year. And I find my life very difficult to begin with because we're not living life like we did. I'm not living my life like I did before my mom's heart attack. And even before the COVID pandemic started. So, but we got this. We're strong and we're resilient and we have each other's backs because we're going to get through this. Despite the fact that tomorrow I hope to see The Little Mermaid in theaters. So, and earlier in the video, on the live presentation, I give a shout out to my friend Chris, aka Brink, for all the good things that he's done to me and my art sales, and hoping that he can build a gaming shelf for me so I can put more of my game systems on and maybe rearrange my room a little bit so this way I can put more game systems on, like Angry Video Game Nerd, because Angry Video Game Nerd, that guy who reviews bad video games, has a load of games. So, yeah, he has a lot of games. A shipwreck load of games. Because, I'm trying to watch the potty mouth, and that's what I try to do best because, and I think I'm starting, and I want to switch gears for a little bit because I think I'm starting to lose weight. I'm going to go back to the dentist soon. I'm going to find a girlfriend because, my last relationship failed horribly. Because, I met this girl, even though the dating apps are not recommended for me, because I met this girl in the dating app and I wanted to make tried my best to make the relationship work. But guess what? She never got back to me, which sucks. So, yeah, and I had to end things with her because my previous relationship with that girl who I met on a dating app failed miserably. And that's why I want to be able to find a girlfriend around the area who would be there for me despite the fact that I've been going through a lot of pain for the last 14 months. So, I've been going through a lot of pain and misery for the last 14 months. Losing my mom, being forced to move out of my childhood home. It sucks. It's a position that is tough and that I don't want to be in. But, I know how hard it must feel to go through so much pain in my life. Because we have each other's backs. And I've been going through a lot, from losing my dad to COVID, to getting sick before COVID started, to having, when we had COVID, to my mother passing away, to the transition, to even testing positive for COVID back in December. Yeah, I had COVID back in December, and that was my first time catching the virus. And it sucked that I had to stay in my room for 10 days, and when I had to use the restroom, I had to put a mask on. And it was very uncomfortable. But at least I got a pizza delivered. And I want to give a shout out to my uncle, Bill Robertson, for having the pizza delivered to my group home when I was still COVID positive. So thank you, Uncle Bill Robertson, for having a pizza delivered to my group home when I was COVID positive. So thank you once again. So, and also, man, let's see who else I want to give a shout out to. Hold on one second. I want to be able to give a shout out to the Vernon United Methodist Church's food pantry to giving me this shirt, because it looks nice, and it's almost like the shirts my dad used to wear when he used to go to work. That little pouch that side right there, so you can hold pencils or whatever, just like Angry Video Game Nerd would hold pencils in his pouch. So it's kind of cool. It's almost like the shirts my dad used to wear before he would go to work. So just like that. Oh, hold on, I gotta put it away. Oh. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I also want to give a shout out to my friend Lauren, who is Chris's girlfriend, or Brink, for taking me to do my art show at the Daily Bean in Vernon, New Jersey. So, and I made a lot of dough during the tradition. So, and I became a good salesman and hope to open a shop one day, maybe right by the Daily Bean or maybe around town. So, thanks once again to Lauren and shout out to her and kudos. So, and I've been giving a lot of shout outs during this tough time. So, and also I have 96 subscribers, and I want to give a shout out to each and every one of my subscribers for subscribing to my channel, because I'm inching close to 100. Because I want to be able to get to the 1K subscriber goal one day. So, thank you all once again. Your tremendous help, and thank you for brightening up my life and adding brightness to my life and to my future. So, yeah, it's kind of hazy right now. So, best to stay indoors, especially if you're at high risk. So, This is where we're going to end things for tonight. So please stay indoors. Please wear a mask. So, and we will finally get through this, just like when we got through COVID. So we're going to all get through this. Love you all. God bless. Thank you once again.